Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Loai, for the nice introduction. Well, let's see. So far, so good. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Okay, I've heard that we only have 60-year students and interns. Am I correct? Oh, we have other people than 60-year interns? Okay. Okay, where are the 60-year? Can I hear your voice? Can I hear your voice? Okay. Interns? Voice? Yes, that's the spirit. Yes, you're done with school, huh? Okay, no more CCC, no more requirements. Boring stuff, huh? Great, guys, good. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Actually, it's my title. You all graduated, yes? Or some of you are about to graduate. What is your next plan? What do you think? If I break it down to job and scholarship, who is in favor of work? Who think work comes first? A job. Can you raise your hand, please, who thinks that job is more important than scholarship? Okay, we have one. Okay. What about scholarship? Who think two? Who thinks scholarship is more important than job? Okay, more. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, do we have anybody in the audience who thinks or is planning to do nothing after graduation? No scholarship, nothing? Staying home? All right, then we have a normal crowd. Okay, it's a simple formula. Let's be realistic about it. The higher education you have, okay, the better job you'll get. And eventually, normally, you will have a better lifestyle, okay? 12 years ago, okay, it's really weird. It's been 12 years since the last time I walked into this place. And really coming back after all these years to give a talk, it really feels weird. But anyways, I was standing in the same place 12 years ago, the same place that you're standing right now, okay? I was graduated, I was happy, and I have an average GPA. And I said, okay, it's time to go and make some money, all right? And soon after, I was hit by reality that I was for a whole year jobless, without job, and my beloved wife is sitting among you guys, and we hardly have any money to survive that time. And in 2001, I was recruited or hired by the National Guard, but on conditions. They told me that, well, yes, we want you in one condition, that you should go to Medina and work there for 6 months. And I was promised to be the first one to go to Jeddah. They said, whenever there's a vacancy and open position in Jeddah, you'll be the first in line to go back to Jeddah. Just spend this 6 months, and then we can go back to Jeddah. I said, fine. And I told them about the scholarship. That's what really I care about. And they say, I'm going to get one. So I went to Medina. And I was surprised that I was dealing with 25,000 soldiers and families, and their families, okay? And most of the time, I was alone. I had to work 6 days a week. It's a government job, but I worked 6 days a week. And not because I'm good or something, but because I had a lot of patients. I was commended 2 times for the highest clinical productivity in the Western region. And I'm telling you, because I had a lot of patients, it's not about that I was good. I did my part, and I did my 6 months. I did my time, as they say. And yet, it wasn't 6 months. It was 3 years. Yes. And in 3 years, Medina is a lovely city, of course, but it's so frustrating that you're thinking you're going 6 months and then you wait until 3 years. It was a bad time. All right. Exactly. In that time, okay. Oh, I have a screen here. All right. Okay, in that time, I was supposed to be the first to go back to Jeddah, but however, there were 2 other dentists. My friends, I can't mention their names, they went back to Jeddah before me. One from Taif and one from Yamba. And I don't know how this happened. I was supposed to be the first to go, and I was hired before them. I missed 8 scholarships, okay, in those 3 years. And some of them I had a higher GPA, some of them I was hired before them. I got TOEFL, my English was fine. I got acceptance in my hand, and one after one, I keep losing them in those 3 years. And there's something we have in Saudi Arabia called wasta, and I think maybe this is what it was, okay, maybe. So my dad used to be supposed to come, but أظن صفني. He used to tell me when I was a kid in school that it's a very simple analogy, very simple thing. He said, to reach your treasure chest, you have to swim in the sewer, okay? It's a very simple, funny thing, disgusting maybe, but it gave me the idea at that time when I was a kid. So he was really frustrated, as much as I was at that time. I'm losing scholarships, I'm in Medina away from my family. But he reminded me with this thing, and he said, the sewer. I said, again, Dad, come on. But it really was a sewer. I was swimming in a sewer. The last scholarship, yeah, I got it. But I think, again, not because I was good, maybe because I was the only applicant at that time. Nobody applied for this scholarship. So they didn't have anything just to choose me, okay? So if they didn't choose me, then I would think I'm the problem, maybe. Anyways, I had acceptance in my hand. I went to Boston University in 2004. My acceptance was to do a clinical training and master's degree. I liked my research. Actually, I liked the people there. It's a different environment. I felt more appreciated. And my mentor advised me or suggested to go and upgrade my master's degree to doctorate. So I said, well, I started to ask myself some questions. If I upgrade to doctorate, is it beneficial for me or not? Is it going to be good for me or not? And then they told me that because I work in the National Guard, you don't need a research. But I found out that we have some problem in the system here. I'm not ashamed to say that. We have some problem with the system going, the government system we have when it comes to consultant and specialist. If you are not from the university, if you are from Ministry of Health, National Guard, whatever, armed forces, other governmental institution other than universities, then when you come back after scholarship, it's either you're going to come back as a consultant or a specialist. So that time I had clinical certificate, and at that time I got master's degree. So when I come back in the government, I'll be ranked or classified as a specialist. I said, no, hell no, I want to be a consultant. So I upgraded my study to doctorate degree, and I got accepted. My request to the National Guard was rejected 3 times. Why? They said, we need clinicians, we don't need researchers. I said, okay, I understand what you're saying, but however, I'm going to come back and be a specialist. I want to be a consultant. And they said they don't care. So, let me go back. At the end of 2007, they terminated my scholarship. And I received 3 letters, very, very aggressive language. And I was accused that I was wasting the money of the government and stuff like that. So I decided to go on. And actually, I got a really nice moral and financial support from my dad. And I went ahead and I did my doctorate. And in that very year that I was supposed to be in Jeddah, I was supposed to be in the National Guard working, I was nominated to go in the Stephen Gordon Memorial Essay Contest. And there were Boston University, Tufts, Harvard, University of Connecticut. And we compete for best research and stuff like that. And I was awarded the first place at that time. And actually, my dad, I would say he might, I think he was crying in the phone, because I was supposed to be in Jeddah. And I sent again, when I won that prize, to the culture mission, to National Guard, and I told him I have a nice research that even Vita company are using my results A month back from Germany are using my results, and they didn't care. They say, you just have to come back. I didn't want to put the letter because it's really aggressive, and there are names, so I didn't want to mention, I didn't want to put that. In that very year, I managed to write a chapter in a book in the States. I wrote it with Dr. Steven Morgano and Dr. Sabrosa. It's a very popular book in the place where I work there. And I wrote about occlusion in that very year that I'm supposed to be National Guard. I was awarded the David Barban Award at that time for Outstanding Proselytic Resident. And at that time, only 2 Saudi residents got that. And the other one is Dr. Fahad Al-Harbi, who is the dean at King Faisal University in Dammam. At that time, only we are 2. And I keep sending them, guys, I'm doing fine, please, give me a break. Just send me some money. I'm having problem, financial crisis. And they say, you have to come, and they don't care. Anyway, I finished my doctorate degree, and I was really happy. And I did this spontaneously. I was really happy that I made it, because at that time, guys, I was listed in the blacklist in the United States because I have a lot of money, a lot of things I couldn't pay back, a lot of credit cards. In SEMA here, I was listed in SEMA. I couldn't pay my loans. I couldn't pay my credit cards. I didn't have any money. I was broke. My dad did everything in his capacity, as I said, but I was really suffering. And I'm sure my wife there knows everything, remembers everything. Anyways, I went to the embassy, and I told him that I'm finished my doctorate degree. And the guy there, again, reminded me. He said, the government sent you to get a master's degree, and you get a doctorate degree. And he said, what, you just guys want to waste the money. And I said, he didn't even read my file, that the last 2 years, I paid everything from my own pocket. And he refused to write down that I finished doctorate degree. My file is closed in the cultural mission in the States, that I finished other degree, not doctorate, not master's, nothing, not dental, others. They just wanted to punish me. I don't know what was the idea behind that. But when I made it here, I was really afraid. But guys, once I see all the students that I'm meeting, I'm dealing with undergraduate, postgraduate, I'm dealing with interns. The moment that I see you guys, I remember myself when I graduated and faced reality. And don't let frustration get the best out of you. And really, I pledge to myself, to every student, and maybe Ibn Sina are sitting among you guys here, and I worked with them for a while. And I pledge to them, I'm trying to help each one of them with their scholarships. But I'm not planning today just to tell you what happened with me. I'm trying to end up my talk with, there are ways to get the highest education. And the answer to the question is education is not work. Even if you don't go to work right away, get a scholarship or get a higher education. And there are 3 ways, basically. You can get a job if you're lucky, and then scholarship eventually. And then King Abdullah scholarships, we have that. They announce it every year, and on your own. I'm going to talk about the 2 important or commonly routes to go outside is job and scholarships. And all the students come to me and say, oh, doctor, we're not going to go to King Abdullah scholarships because we need a job. Yes, it's guaranteed to get a job upon return. That's correct. And you're going to get extra $900 a month. That's correct. And even when you come back, they're going to calculate you have to work for them for a year or 2. I would say an average 3 years so you can start your scholarship. Well, King Abdullah scholarship, you can start immediately. I worked with some, as I said, Ibn Sina, interns, and King Abdullah University, one of the guys who seek my advice, and he already in the state. You can apply from the internship to those scholarships. If you think you don't have a great chance to get a job, apply for that scholarship. And when you get a job, they will choose the specialty you want. I've seen a lot of people who are amazing, brilliant in prosthodontics, but they chose to go to a different department because this is the only scholarships available. Now with King Abdullah Scholarship, you can choose, it's more flexible, you can choose what you want. And I'm telling you, besides the university, other government institutions, they will give you limited scholarships, 2 to 3 years. They might go up to 4 years, that max maybe. I've been through it, my brother's been through it, my colleagues, my friends here, they went through it. But with King Abdullah scholarships, you can get ortho, okay? You can be an ortho and take a fellowship here at Cliff Lip. You can actually take what you want. You can be a pros and then take an implant surgical, a year fellowship, because it's an open scholarship. So it has its own advantages. Don't overlook those scholarships right now. Now you have it, maybe next year you're not going to have it. So make sure that you seize the opportunity and take it if you think you're not going to have a chance to go for a job and then a scholarship. And once said, when you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this, you have not. There are other ways, okay? And I'm sure, guys, you chose a nice career. Dentistry is blossoming in Saudi Arabia, and whether you work now or not, I'm sure you're going to do right. Just get higher education and do what you love and be passionate about it. And when your stars shine, or when you shine like a star, at that very moment, you're just going to remember my words. Thank you.